Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Okay,
I pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Okay, so first up is Department Board updates and requests, the waiver of the 15-day right of refusal for sergeant appointment. Oh, that's you.
In your packet,
Yes.
is information, uh, requesting the board consider waiving 15-day right of first refusal, and allow for the appointment / promotion of one of our officers to rank of sergeant. Along with it is then a letter of requesting the board and town manager support from Chief Bradley, identifying that they intend to promote Officer Jay Gianna to the rank of sergeant.
Does anybody have any questions?
Not me.
You,
Do I hear a motion?
I move that the Board of Selectmen vote pursuant to section 4AI of the Town Manager Act to waive the 15-day right of refusal and approve the town manager's proposed promotion of Officer Jay Deanna to the rank of sergeant within the Upton Police Department.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Next up is our discussion about the scholarships. In going through this, they were supposed to be numbered or somehow so that if we don't all agree, we're not using names. I didn't see any identifying numbers.
Oh,
I'm not comfortable speaking in open session about who we think should and should not get a scholarship by a name. So can we move that into executive or?
We can't, what I recommend is, because you all have the same packet, we can quickly recess. We can take one version and use a pen and provide numbers. As long as we stay in order, we should be fine. And I didn't. So.
Me neither till about 2 minutes before I came down. So,
So let's just pause so we can
okay.
provide those names, be all on the same page. That way we can talk about numbers in open session.
there are 18, right?
There are 18.
Yeah.
On to the select board scholarships, now that we're back. Brett, you want to tell me? We have 6 500 and then 2 200. You want to give me the numbers for your 500 and we'll compare, and then I'll get Maureen's.
I have 3, 5, 6, 10, 11, 16,
And how many 200s are? 7 and 8.
8, and 17.
Okay, Maureen, what did you have?
I have 16, 14, 10, 13, 5.
Okay, and then the last 2, 7 and 8 would be.
I have that as,
No, I'm sorry, I'm missing one of yours. I have 5, 1,
and 3.
3, and then on your 7 and 8, you have who?
7 and 8.
Those would be the 200.
I have as 5,
I have,
and I have,
I made a mistake. I have 16, 14, 10 for your top 6.
okay,
Who, are these right?
Yep.
Okay, and then who are your last 2?
the last 2 would be 4,
Okay, let me bump. I have, as mine, I have 1, 6, 7, 13, 10, 17, and then the last 2 are 11 and 4.
okay.
So now, how do we do this? Because we don't agree.
Well,
Are there any?
Let's,
are there any
Let's check off the ones
so
we agree on.
There's
Or
2
if-
on the
I was gonna
first.
say, if there are any that have 2, we should just
16.
automatically assume that
Okay,
Two
and
votes,
then
you're good.
2 for 4. And 5, 3 and 5. And then. Okay, that was unanimous. Okay, and, 2 people agreed on 11, but for different amounts. We are, 2 people agreed on, you guys wanna take a look? 2 people agreed on 4 for the 200.
Okay.
11, somebody agreed for 200, someone else agreed for the larger for 5. Oh, we have 2 for 6. Okay. So,
So that's 5 that we agree on, or how many?
yeah, so we need to, well, see, there's a 17 and a 17 and an 11 and 11, so they cross check. You wanna check and see, maybe we can decide
17, and what are the two, 17 and 11?
17 and 11. Let's see who they are.
Okay, let me see.
I thought the reason I chose 11 at the higher rate
Mhm.
versus 17 was 11 seemed more well-rounded. Because I saw working, I saw athletics, I saw volunteerism, I saw National Honor Society, I saw a lot of very well-rounded sort of activity
Okay.
versus 17 was a little bit narrower, but still amazing. Like I literally had to.
Yeah, and I think all of our candidates, and I'm so pleased because we didn't run into this last year because we had more scholarships than we had people. So this is nice.
Definitely.
So 11, where?
11 is
you
here?
have,
And then 17 is here. I ranked 17 a little higher because, pub, 500 goes into need and public service and the major chosen,
Say that again.
the $500 scholarships are for need and public service,
Yeah,
and she's going into that.
yeah.
And then the other one was going into.
Yeah.
So I didn't see how that crossed over to public service.
oh, yeah.
So what does anybody think?
It's fine.
Okay, so we'll,
17.
So
So-
make 17 the 5,
yeah, and then,
11 a 2.
yeah,
That works for me.
that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so 3, 5, 6, 10, 16, and 6,
And then
11, and 4. Well, that was easier than I thought. 'Cause
All right,
then
go.
we-
What's the end? 3, 5, 6, 3.
3, 5, 6, 10,
To see if there's anybody that didn't. 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6, 10.
and 16, and 17.
Yeah.
And then 11 and 4. Come on,
Oh,
are we good? No, we're not good?
for some reason, say more about this one, because for some reason I ranked this one
I did 2, I think.
different.
what
No,
number
I
is that
didn't.
one?
Number 4.
I ranked 4.
Yeah, we
Well,
both,
okay.
two of us
I
put
had-
4 lower.
I had,
You didn't have 4, but
no, I know. And I'm trying to figure out, so tell me why, I can look, but for some reason
I
it
looked
didn't jump
at-
out at me as,
let me look.
but maybe I would still,
We had a lot of applications.
Yeah.
Um. Both financial need when I looked at it. And the
Which
other.
one are you looking at, 4?
Yeah, no, we're looking at 4, yeah, financial need, because there wasn't a lot of, and then I think she's getting in, I put down that she was doing work study. She admitted that she's gonna do work study and try hard, so that gave her a couple more points than someone else.
I don't know. I just looked at a lot of these and like, all I see on here is like, and like I look at, but that's, so who didn't, versus I see another one that's got,
I had a
so,
camping, this here, the summer job was also relatively
yeah, that's fine.
volunteer.
Okay, that's
Are
fine.
you good with it?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Joe, these are our final. We can have this. And thank you, sorry, Brett.
No
And,
problem.
I would recommend, being on the Bloomer Girls scholarships. We don't just have them self-report their class rank, we ask for a copy of the transcript. And I think that's important because you can see the grades over the 4 years. So if somebody didn't start out strong, but they've worked really hard. The other thing we do with our scholarships, and it's all confidential, we ask for family income. Because as Upton, when a lot of these scholarships were developed, Upton was, as I tell everyone, we grew up poor, we just didn't know we were poor because there was different degrees of poverty. With some very well-heeled people in town, I'd almost like to give somebody a little more points if someone's struggling.
I definitely noted need where I noticed that it was indicated somehow. I was
Yeah.
like, I actually put in, I'm like, need.
Yeah,
need,
I
need.
did a couple
Some
of
them
those
clearly
too, but,
Probably,
right on, and you know what, some people don't answer it, but the Bloomer Girls scholarships are based on need. And I'd like to see if we're gonna do this next year, I'd like to see A, a transcript.
Yeah.
And B, a note of what the family's income is. And we even ask how many kids and how many kids are in college.
Yeah.
You get somebody who looks like they make a ton and they're getting kids, and you get someone that doesn't look, and then they only have one. That we balance that out in ours, so I'd like to see if we could maybe agree and do things like that. for
Does
next year.
we have to put any of that in the policy or?
So I was just about to mention that, because this is fresh, I almost want to put it on one of the 2 upcoming meetings so that we can just talk about it a little bit more.
That'd be great.
Because
review
it's,
and review the policy.
yeah,
Yeah,
because this,
I didn't
this
know,
is
like,
2012. If we want to provide more criteria just to, as far as the application process, or at least have that discussion, maybe it isn't. You should
Yeah.
also have a copy of the letter we send to the schools that then also goes out, so you can identify like what the messaging is. And, maybe we don't need to change the policy, but we need to change what we're looking for. And we can, and now that it's fresh and
yeah, because I don't think until we all sat down tonight, we really, because I think the
And I
last
think
few
this-
years, if I'm not
This
mistaken.
is the first time that we've ever had so many of these.
And I
Right.
think you're gonna see it more and
Right.
more.
yeah.
Like
Right.
by a long, like this.
Right, so I would
bad
hate to
hand.
overlook
Right,
someone
I mean, we've
who
never
is
even had
very
to.
struggled. No, we've never
Just
had a choice, it
roll.
was just,
Yeah,
I think there was a year where we just like literally like ended up giving people more because we had fewer applicants. So not
Yeah.
only did we have to discern, we were like, okay, let's just
Yeah.
give them all $800.
right,
Because there's only
so,
4 of them, whatever.
us,
right, so, yeah, you can put that on for the 4th, we can go through and look.
Yeah. Especially now that it's fresh, we can identify.
Exactly, so next up is legal counsel.
well, we gotta make the motion too, but I would make the motion as ranked instead of names and let Joe
Correct.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
I move that the board vote to award the scholarships pursuant to the board scholarship policy as
Second the motion.
all in favor?
I,
Unanimous. Okay, next up is our discussion of legal counsel services.
So in doing a little bit more research and also giving it more consideration. I don't really see where the town put out a RFQ or RFP for soliciting proposals for legal services. ICKP was first brought on board as special counsel for a couple specific legal cases back in like 2005.
Okay,
I'm assuming as maybe the town started moving towards Town Managers Act and all that, KP's expertise sort of elevated and they just became town council for all
There is,
services.
Well,
there
as we
is
grew.
exceptions for RFPs as far as legal counsel
Mhm.
goes. I believe, I don't believe you have to put. RFP.
No, we don't. We could solicit directly.
I would prefer that.
I mean, the other option is that, we are able to, put something out there, just looking for responses. And we don't have to do it as only, like, it's an all or nothing.
Right.
We can say we want general, we're gonna retain legal, we can, labor, we can separate them out so that we can decide based
Pick
on.
and choose the ones that they have the expertise.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
that's an idea.
So, one of the thoughts that I had, and Foxborough just went through this. And, I think it was Princeton, went out with one just about 3-4 months ago. We can be, as quick and succinct as we want, or, looking for really complete packages to better understand. So, one of the thoughts was if this was the direction that, the board wanted to go, I can sort of provide a draft RFP, so that at least we can then give, firms an opportunity to respond. And that includes existing legal.
Yeah, anybody can.
This is something that even towns that retain peer consulting engineers will do it every couple of years. One, to keep the rates honest. But two, you never really know who is sort of up and coming.
And not to get comfortable in a position.
Right.
I mean, if you diverse the legal as far as labor or union negotiations, whatever,
And
whatever your expertise is.
it may fix some of the issues we're having. Or some people are not happy.
Yes.
So I think we don't have to stick to the request. We could literally take a look at what comes in and then say, but I hear X does this, let's reach out and see if they're interested, in case they missed it.
Yeah.
I think,
But also worry to directly reach out to them as well. Say, hey, we're putting this out. We've heard your work in the community. What do you consider?
Okay.
So,
Do you have a group that you could talk with the group of town managers on what these other towns do for?
Yeah.
If they do separate it out, or they stay with one firm or whatever?
oh yeah, no, we're able to, and that's where even my last town, we had one council doing, general, municipal law, and labor council was.
Of course, and they have ones that do zoning,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. And that's where also, it may be beneficial to also, when we have this discussion on the agenda as far as sort of finalizing what we're looking for, we can solicit the input from ZBA, planning. We deal with a lot internal, but we can also say, are there specific things you're looking for? Is there an expertise or if we were to request for proposals, maybe we need to highlight, one of the main issues that departments are having.
well, I think too, like, especially, we've seen it on the 40Bs, the housing production plan was finished, but the MBTA plan is coming down the pipe. I think we really need somebody strong in planning and zoning. And as we've discovered at various times, our bylaws don't match. So this one over here says we can do this. This one said opposite, and then there's no limits on some of the stuff in the middle. And so I think that's a good idea. I think we talked to Michael on the various boards. We'll see where we're deficient. Because it doesn't make sense to have a planner look at the bylaws when at the end of the day, that's a law. You know, I'd like to, we can drive the bus, but
Well, that's where many towns. Their zoning bylaws engage a specialized consulting firm that have either legal resources or have to do it. To evaluate the bylaws, to identify is there recent case law that's changed, that you need to sort of, you're not keeping up with the times type of situation.
exactly. For
Yeah.
example, I know Board of Health and Code of bump heads a lot.
Yeah.
Because the Board of Health reports to Mass Department of Public Health, which should supersede building code. Yeah, basically, but
Don't we have someone right now that, as far as the MBTA communities?
Yes, we engaged a consulting company to assist us not only with the public engagement, public outreach, but also in drafting bylaws for reviewing the planning board to comply with MBTA communities.
Was that under a grant or?
Yes, it was.
well, that's nice. Like free money. Should have paid with the coupons. Okay, so. I don't think I need a motion.
No, because I don't know
No.
what the board is looking
Yeah.
for.
Okay.
So, and we're pretty much all in agreement.
So. So on to the next one, the resignation of the water wastewater superintendent.
I move that the select board vote to accept the resignation of Ed Delamalt from the position of wastewater superintendent for the town of Upton with regrets.
I'll second and thank him for his services.
Yes, we appreciate everything you've done. Unfortunately, we will accept it. Thank you very much. And I have lost my packet.
Oh, I haven't got number 4 on.
Oh, here we go.
It's 3A. 3B.
Let's see, I didn't have
And it
four.
goes to 5.
Got 3B and 5A.
That's all I got.
Show them, Joe.
I am just.
Yeah.
I'm
that
thinking
should have been-
seriously, and it's just out there in Brett's.
3B should have been, 5A should have been 4.
Okay.
Oh,
Then the last page is 5.
We're ready for executive session.
I think we're ready for executive session. So,
but he's not resigning from the community preservation.
No, that was also a mistake. That should have
Oh, okay.
not been there.
All right. Okey doke.
okay, good catch. All right, do I hear a motion for executive session?
I need the motion. Number 5. I move that the select board vote to enter into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, exceptions number 2, to conduct contract negotiations with non-union personnel at town manager.
Okay,
In audio, but it was recording.
Do we?
yes,
have
would you
public
have comments, Marcia? Because before we go into executive session, did you want to make some comments?
That's the only thing I want you to know.
Okay, yes, we were in recess, so what happened was, we were reviewing scholarships and we didn't have identifying numbers. So that's why it was recording, it was blank. We actually did it on purpose.
It's needed, I just wanted you to know.
No, I appreciate it, thank you. Okay,
Okay.
so I heard the entire motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Roll call vote?
All right.